Season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And they will elect to not bring this.
Get it!
Sutton on the right side complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 12 yards on the gain. A great start for this offense. If you're these receivers, you got to be ready, because when he's going to throw it quick on that RPO, he's going to throw it quick.
And this is why you spend time with your guy, either in the offseason, during the week, the whole bundle. Because sometimes it's just telepathy. You both see the same thing, and he knows get the ball to him right away.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey. And the Dolphins are going to have it here just past the 25.
First down 10 at their own 26-yard line.
To end the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. It's Hill, complete. 2 yards on the pickup there, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. When you look at this Bronco defense, they're a tough unit to throw against, currently 4th toughest in the NFL.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
They fake the handoff, now Tua. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. And, Charles, you look at this defense, they were a very loose group coming into the week, knowing they kind of had the upper hand going into this one, taking on a team that hasn't won in a month and a half.
And that works well for you if you establish your dominance early in the game against a team that's struggling. But if somehow they fashion some plays together early, knock them back on their heels, that looseness can be used against them. Then they're trying to scramble to make sure they get their game right.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turn.
Got him the football, but you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. Here's Smith to return it. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And their opening drive, that ended with the interception. Fortunate, though, it didn't lead to points.
It didn't lead to points, and because they kind of got away with one, maybe you come back and throw something similar again to show that you're not afraid, that you're not going to back down, and take your shot. Let the defense know that you're going to be there all game long. Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. The Broncos looking for a 5th win of the season in this one. Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
Now a throw for the left sideline, and he's got it. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
It's 3rd and 7.
Here's 3rd and 7. He'll look to throw. Open man, he completes it to Judy. And they'll bring him down right at midfield, and he is well short of the 1st down. Calling a gain of a yard, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. Oh, boy, he fielded it right on the goal line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Dolphins' drive will start deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And he'll go down after losing yardage at the 10. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7 as that one officially a loss of 1. It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackled him for a loss.
Now Tua. He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
2 drives will tell the story of this game, but you absolutely have to like how this defense has played thus far. They have yet to allow this offense to get on track in this one.
So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And it'll be a short field for the Broncos as they take over 1st and 10.
At the 47-yard line.
Ready? 65 catch, 65 catch. Hurt.
They go play action here on 1st down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Well, that's an excellent way to get the pass rush activated. The first sack of the game for them comes on the first play of the drive, and it makes it very tough for the opponent to pick up a 1st down now, playing behind the sticks.
In motion goes Patrick. They're going to look to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. The safety blitz turns out to be a great call defensively as they sack him for a loss of 9.
So when you have good field position to start a drive and you give up back-to-back sacks, that can be demoralizing for a team.
Dragon 60. Ready?
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that incomplete, nearly intercepted. And remember, he had his hands on one earlier, had one pick. Could have been his second, but instead it's 4th down.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. Now Hill to return it. It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And it'll be Dolphin football. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And, partner, I know so far, and we're still in the first half, but you love this game as a defensive guy. 0-0. We'll see if the offense can get going on this drive.
Well, you know how they talk about music to your ears? How about what it does for your eyes when you watch something like this, right, where these teams are locked in and going at it, no points going up on the scoreboard? I'm loving it. You're exactly right.
Well, switch over, though, to an offensive mindset for a moment. What do they need to do here to get on track and get some points?
Well, I think a couple of ways. Number one, you pull out something maybe they haven't seen before. Coaches always talk about unscouted looks. Maybe you give them something that they haven't seen on tape, and now you shock them that way. The second, run your basic playbook, but run it so well that you give your skill position guys a chance to make big plays individually.
On play action, here's Tua. They're going deep for Hill. That's caught at the 25. They're all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Tyreek Hill, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Dolphins will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Well, they went play action there and set it up nicely for him. I mean, he can flat fly, and they hit him downfield.
And it doesn't take much to create that extra bit of space that a guy of his speed needs. If you go play action, all you want is just a moment where the guy's covering, take their attention somewhere else, and then he's by him. And once he's by him, there's no catching him. As they always like to say, if a receiver's even to a defensive back, that means he's leaving. Unless that DB is Charles Davis, right? In that case, he left me a long time ago.
Come on now.
Trust me.
And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
Let's go now.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. As we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
53 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. Now a play fake here on first down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. It's Xavier Howard who brings him down from his corner position. And that is the third sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. You talk about this Miami defense. This unit, they've struggled a little bit against the pass, ranked number 21 in the league.
They absolutely have to avoid the penalties, have to walk that line between being aggressive and the ones that get you in trouble. The illegal contact, pass interference calls, they've got to make sure that they don't have those.
They'll look to throw here. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Dolphins are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. They're going deep for Hill. Touchdown, Dolphins! Tyreek Hill with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to him. Or you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and discourage them from throwing the ball to him.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that'll make the score 14-0.
Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. From the 32-yard line now, here's a 2nd down and 4. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And the Dolphins are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning through 20.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Up the middle, Achane. Third and 19.
21G.
Here's Tua. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Baron Browning. And they're going to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. The Dolphins will send out the punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. On the counter, here's Williams. Escapes the defender, and he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 72 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional.
And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
So that'll be no better than an incompletion. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Pioneer. Warrior 70.
Back to throw here. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Cam Smith. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10. Had a bit of a lane there, took advantage of it. Give them 7 there on the 1st down carry.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
In motion, Hill. Right back to Achane on 2nd down. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
This offense so far on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This time it's 3rd and 3. Again, it's Achane. And he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4.
And that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the 1st down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50. 1st and 10. Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. They throws it on the move but can't connect as that falls incomplete. I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Following the penalty, it's Williams. And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. In motion, the tight end.
Cup 19! Cup 19!
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Not many boos just yet from this home crowd, but they may be starting soon as I'm starting to detect an uneasy murmur through this crowd. This offense, they've been lifeless in this first half. And now here's another punting situation and a 4th down.
And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here. They could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But it's the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Tua going to throw. That's complete to Peoples-Jones. Still going. Inside the 10. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Donovan Peoples-Jones, 89 yards. And the Dolphins have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Well, you talk about just coming in and completely seizing momentum. They can go up 21-0 here. We haven't even hit halftime.
And the other part of this, you can start to feel the unrest here in the stadium. I think these fans are saying, what hit us? And this isn't about fantasy points. This is about rooting their team on.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now 21-0.
Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. So they take over not only in enemy territory, but in the red zone at the 16-yard line. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Ready.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And he's taken down, but able to slip. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
First and 10 at the 38.
They'll stay on the ground with Williams. Fights loose. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now we give up the middle to Williams. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive.
Hey. Solo left side on.
Tua now on 1st down. Throw left side complete. That's Hill. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Hey. 20, TX.
Tua sets up to pass it. Going to throw right side here, complete. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one good for 37 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And they eventually get to him at the 17 after a pickup of 17. Into the red zone, 1st down. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Donovan Peoples-Jones. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Dolphins take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and it is 28-0.
Broncos 0. Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And Smith chooses not to return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25.
25-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go.
A CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history, and that's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Buffalo 18. Big Lion.
Back to throw now on 1st down. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on 1st down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. Powers through. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory.
122 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. A yard all they need, but it's third down.
Check. Hey, smash Broncos.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Fourth down now after a loss of 2.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And this returnable for Hill. Here's the dangerous Tyreek Hill. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Right back to Achane on second down. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for a first.
The way things have gone in this one, the running game's been something of an afterthought, and that's not been too bad for them, has it?
Yeah, the offensive returns have been good, but I guess we figured he in the ground game would be a bit more involved.
Turbo 2, ice jab. Ice jab, Turbo 2, ice jab. Watson, Oscar.
On third down, Achane. A great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pick up the first. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the third down conversion.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Turbo 2.
2 and now on first down. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
Solo left Zion. Turbo 1, hurry. Ready.
A give, running right, Achane. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. Going to the air. Tagovailoa. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4. The Dolphins will send out the punter now as he's on for the 5th time here today.
Tremont Smith on the return. The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line.
Mustang 19. 19 tight. 19 tight. Ready.
On play action, they'll throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Bradley Chubb able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. The throw over the middle taken in. Oh, he sheds himself free. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
Go, Reed. Go.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
They'll drop to throw. That's going to be caught by Judy. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. 1 quarter remains. More after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Ball on the 30 now. Here's second down and a yard.
18 rattling.
He'll look to throw. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Panther Street! Panther Street!
On third down, here's Williams. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Nothing doing on second and third down after that 9-yard gain on first. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. But no reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. Fourth down, trailing in the fourth quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Let's go now.
So now second and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Looking to throw. And this is caught at the 8. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. 14 yards that time for number 14.
First down. First and goal at the 8-yard line.
19 Lions. Ready.
He'll drop to throw. And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. Picked up by Cam Smith. And the Dolphins are going to take over at their own 2-yard line.
At their own 2-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones, and it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it number 1 for what we've seen this season.
And that one going to be off target and incomplete. Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach. And maybe you and I should attend that press conference and see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier, and he wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up. But he certainly will have some explaining to do.
They'll run for it with Achane. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
A gain of 4 yards. And the Dolphins first down.
On first down, back to Achane. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Second and 3 at the 35-yard line.
On second down, a run by Achane. And still fighting. And some room to work. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Jonah Jackson, former third-round pick, the guilty party. Option handoff now to Achane. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. The Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11. Achane here, they stay on the ground. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
Watch it, Oscar.
Looking to pass. Tua. The pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead. Thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. And now a low liner. I think he mishit him.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 45-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the 4th quarter, facing the big deficit. Just what silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively?
You know, it's funny, I talked about this with a coach in the offseason and kind of had this scenario, like what feels good to you and what feels good to your team. You're down big. You really have like one possession left, and you're trying to put points on the board that don't matter. But do they? And he told me they actually do matter. And in this situation, he's going to try and run the best offense he can run, have at least a little bit of confidence to take away from that game. So right now, they're going to try their best to get something up on the board and not get shut out.
And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
Well, we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline, because he certainly wants him to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants this lead to stay right where it is.
Flushed out, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Jalen Phillips in there to record another sack, and that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Now back to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. But after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That is incomplete.
Looks like they're going to keep throwing to the bitter end. This one's long since over, but give them credit. They're going to go down fighting. That one, incomplete.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Dolphins defense is able to hold. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And they look to finish strong in this 4th quarter. And this is a unit that certainly has turned things around from a week ago. Just a much more productive all-around ball game. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. 2nd and 5.
At their 49-yard line.
Running right, here's Achane. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory.
He's across midfield to the 48-yard line.
Here now, 3rd and a yard.
Solo left Zion. Solo left Zion.
And they'll give this to Achane. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first.
So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins. And this was truly a total team effort, Charles.